Here are 5 reasons why you might feel like everyone's playing guitar faster than you. Number 1, you haven't fully mastered your picking escape movements yet, and you're sometimes confused about them or mixing them up. So what I mean by saying escape movement is this. You're playing a select amount of notes on one string, like 3 notes on the high E string, and then 1 note on a different string, for example, on the B string. And in order to do that and to get a clean result with your picking technique, you have to switch from the E string to the B string without getting stuck in the place in between the strings, right? So this is the sound that you want. It sounds pretty much the same as if all of those notes were just on one string. You can't hear any transitional noises. And here's a bad example. This is not what you want. That was a sloppy transition, and you could clearly hear that I was grazing the high E string again before I was reaching the B string. So once again, good example. You hear all those notes in a row without any interruptions, and it kind of sounds the same as just playing them on one string. And here's a bad example again where I'm getting stuck between the strings. That's not what you want. So in order to get faster and cleaner results with your picking, especially as you're switching between different strings, this is the perfect daily exercise I recommend for your routine. So this exercise has a special focus on the picking escape movement that most of my students in my online guitar academy on Patreon struggle with the most, because there are basically multiple problem areas. You could be on a lower string getting to a higher string, so ending with a downstroke on the B string and then having to play an upstroke on the E string. But since this is a more common pattern, my students don't struggle with this one that much, but they have a lot of problems as soon as things start turning around, like in this exercise. So for this one, I'm playing down, up, down on a higher string before I have to play an upstroke on a lower string. And this is where most players get caught in between the strings, and it results in a lot of frustrating noise. So an exercise like this, where you force yourself to repeat this annoying string transitioning movement, and you really force yourself to focus on perfect transitions without any unwanted noise, that's what will really help with speeding up your picking across all strings. Now, the second reason why you might feel like everyone's playing faster than you is because you're always focusing on ascending or descending patterns, so patterns that just serve as exercises and that are not exactly practical. What I mean by that is that you most likely only work on picking exercises that look and sound like this. So either ascending or descending. And while those are good exercises, especially when you're getting started with your alternate picking technique across scales and strings, they don't really prepare you for a practical scenario where you have to play odd note groups on the strings and often switch back and forth. So here's an awesome exercise for your daily routine that features a more interesting picking and scale pattern. That's an exercise that sounds much more practical, and it's very musical and fun to play. So for this cool sounding exercise, I'm starting out with a 4-note phrase in triplets on the high E string. That's immediately pretty cool, because usually you associate groups of 2 or 4 with 8th notes or 16th notes, but if you play triplets in groups of 4, that's actually quite interesting. Then it's getting even more interesting with a group of 5, also in triplets. So a group of 5 in triplets on the B string, and then I'm jumping between the E and B string again to end the first phrase. So here's the entire lick. I think you can agree with me. This sounds really interesting. That's the first half. Then for the second half, I have this catchy phrase. And when I combine everything, this already sounds much more interesting than just playing a scale down or up, especially if you speed it up to this kind of tempo. By the way, my friend, if you're sick and tired of not being able to play as fast as you want to, and you feel like literally everyone else is playing faster than you at the moment, all you have to do to get rid of this big frustration once and for all is just click the link down below and download the brand new practice package I put together for my online guitar academy on patreon.com/burned. This brand new practice package comes with the perfect exercises and practice files that you can implement in your daily practice routine, like backing tracks with and without my guitar, play along videos, guitar profiles, PDF tabs, absolutely everything you need. And as my student over there, you also have access to my premium 30-day guitar courses. So if you finally want to play guitar exactly like this, I can guarantee you that this practice package will get you there, because those are the exact same exercises that I work on in my personal practice routine. So click the link down below, patreon.com/burned, become my student today, download the brand new package, get access to my premium guitar courses as my student on Patreon. I'm personally waiting for you over there, but for now, let's continue with the next exercise. Okay, so this cool sounding exercise is all about the third reason why you might feel like everyone's playing faster than you, and it's because you're not working on all possible picking techniques. So this lick has a really cool sweep/economy picking approach, where you're once again not just sweeping one arpeggio shape down and up and down and up. We're working with interesting patterns in a diminished and in a minor arpeggio. Starts out in a pretty classic way with a hammer-on the A string, all downstrokes so far, but then we're actually returning for a brief moment before we continue climbing up the arpeggio. Very cool sounding shape right here, a diminished one. And then we get to the minor one, the A minor shape. Which you might hear in 16th notes and not in triplets. It's actually groups of 3, so triplets. So the rhythm is actually really cool because it's kind of a 16th note groove, but it's played in triplets. So the first pattern alone makes it worth practicing it. It's a great workout for string skipping while sweep picking, where you're just playing one note and then you have to get to a different string. And for the second pattern, you also definitely want to think about the angle of each picking stroke so that you don't get stuck. So that one's a great exercise for your speed and accuracy once again. But I'd like to show you something that might be even more important. Check out exercise number 4. So this is the fourth reason why you might feel like everyone's playing faster than you. It's because your hands aren't perfectly synchronized yet. So it doesn't matter how fast your picking movement gets or how fast your fretting hand fingers are. If they aren't perfectly in sync, it will sound terrible. So this very simple but actually quite difficult exercise is my favorite one when it comes to synchronizing the hands, because I'm always including the open E string in there. It's very easy for me to tell if my picking hand is perfectly synchronized with my fretting hand movements, because whenever I don't hear that open E string and I hear a dead note like this, it means that something went wrong. So here's the pattern a bit slower. So it doesn't sound that hard, but as soon as you speed it up, it will get very, very tricky to be perfectly in sync. And what I'm always listening to right here are those open E string accents. So even when I'm playing this very fast, I want to be able to perfectly hear those open strings in there. So if you feel like your hands aren't perfectly synchronized when you're playing fast runs and it sounds a bit sloppy like this, but you want it to sound like this, this exercise and practice trick with the open E string in between will connect your hands in the fastest way that I personally know. And here's reason number 5 why you might feel like everyone's playing faster than you. You're always working with the exact same note values in your practice routine. So whenever you're practicing an exercise, you're only playing in 16th notes or 16th note triplets or 8th notes. And in your exercises, you never really mix note values in just one measure, for example. So not just playing 16th notes for a long time and then going to triplets. I really mean one measure of different note values. Practicing this is great for building speed because the faster note values serve as short speed bursts, but it's also great for bringing your hands closer together in terms of synchronization. So check out this really cool sounding exercise when it comes to that. So this exercise is really cool because I'm switching from triplets. So the first 6 notes are 16th note triplets, which are, by the way, groups of 2 technically. So I'm just playing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, but it's a triplet groove. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm switching to 16th notes, so slower note values in that context. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm switching back to triplets, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then back to 16th notes once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then back to 16th notes once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one final run of triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then ending on the high E string on the 12th fret, playing E right here. And that's exactly why this last exercise is so extremely effective for your daily practice routine. You're not just working on one note value, you push yourself by switching between different note values, so faster ones 16th note triplets, slower ones 16th notes, and that will result in a great feeling when it comes to your wrist movement, so which movement to use for the slower and for the faster tempos, because you usually don't practice them back to back. So give this one a try, it might be one of my favorites from today's video. But my friend, all of that was just a preview of the new practice package I uploaded for you in my online guitar academy on patreon.com/bernd. Once again, this comes with my favorite speed building exercises, play along videos, backing tracks with and without my guitar, guitar profiles and tab PDF sheets. Once you sign up as my student over there, you also get access to all of my premium 30-day guitar courses. So this is a very small investment for you to make to get big results with your guitar progress. Click the link below, see if there are still some available slots for this month, and I can't wait to finally meet you personally over there. Have an amazing day, greetings from LA, and bye bye.